Hey, welcome back. You're the one person. Hopefully, you can see and hear me. I think I had some sort of technical difficulties. Said my connection was unstable. Savage Traveler. Nope, didn't miss it. E20. Howdy, Cheesy. Good to see y'all. Hopefully, everyone got to get out and enjoy the outdoors this weekend, or the week if you work the weekend. Me and my wife, we woke up, ate, and then kind of hung around the house, and then decided we needed to get out. So we went to Ferncliff State Park. They closed the gate because it snows, and it snowed last night, and we went past the gate on a different trail to get down it, which I'm going to assume was okay. And went and seen the Maiden waterfall, and it was doing good. So it was pretty good. The new truck's pretty good in the snow. I went up a hill over by where we live, and I just kept it in two-wheel drive, and it was kind of squirrely because there's a little bit of ice and snow, but I put it in that auto four-wheel drive. I can put it in regular four-wheel drive, but I tried the auto, and it did really well. So I'm pretty impressed with that so far. But it's all dirty now, that truck. I mean, I've been down some gravel roads, and all the cinders and salt and everything on the road has just made it really filthy. So it's kind of like a night gray color. So it's gonna need washed after we get done with the snow. But it's a truck, that's what it's for. But it does pretty good. Um, really does good on gas. It's a V6 twin turbo. It's supposed to be better than the Hemi. All I know is it does good on gas. I don't need a lot of power. Just get me where I need to go. And that's pretty much it. So. But I figured I'd start doing these live chats, these live videos more often, um, and maybe try to eventually get to where I schedule them, so we can have something to expect. And I'd like to get, guests on here, maybe get another hiker or one of you if you want to talk. Maybe get Jared from Southern Illinois Cinema. There's all sorts of people. You want to see some more Tunnel Hill content? Okay, cool. For sure. Cheesy Cheetah, I do have. Let me type it in here for you. I have a bike channel that I'm trying to basically just kind of focus on bikes. So I posted that on there. It's just Shawn Bikes. I try to post something every day, like a little reel. I got more videos I need to upload for it. But we actually went there today. So we went to Ferncliff first. Howdy, Katie. Welcome from Macanda. Hi, cool. But we went to Ferncliff first, and then when we were done, we drove over to Tunnel Hill, the village where the tunnel is, and we went ahead and just hiked through it. just see what it looked like. And it is pretty cool, you know, the snow. It looks really pretty. So I got videos and pictures that I could post of that. But yeah, I need to do more. I'd like to do a like more of a like Tunnel Hill sections. You know, start riding from Karnak, the Wetland Center, or something like that, and then do a section videos for like each section of the trail. So that's what I think would be kind of cool. Um, on Memorial Day weekend, the Saturday, which I'd have to look at the date, look for the date. Um, it's in May, I think so. Um, we're going to be doing a bike ride there on Tunnel Hill. So it's cost money. You get a T-shirt. I'm the director of the bike ride, but it's put on by Revive Vienna. They're putting all the money down. I'm just kind of helping out with the bike ride. But last year we had 108 people show up. Of course, it was during eclipse weekend. So I don't know if we'll get that many this year, but I know we have over 10 registered right now. So that's pretty cool. But you can always, if you're around Memorial Day in the Shawnee, that's something you can do. Let's see. Best Garden of the Gods trail for an all-day hike. I I really like starting at the, let's see, it's called Hitchens Post Trailhead or Eagle Creek Trailhead off of Gape Hollow Road in Harrod. And if you park there and you cross the road and get on the trail, it'll eventually take you to the River Trail. And just stay on that trail into the Garden of the Gods wilderness. And I like going there to see the Christmas star overlook. And if you want to, you can go all the way to the observation trail from that trail. You could definitely spend the whole day on that trail. It's not really a loop. If you want a loop, All Trails has the back door. I think it's called the back door to Garden of the Gods. They have two different loops. One's like a 10-mile, one's a 13-mile. Those are really fun. And that'll give you pretty much all of Garden of the Gods you want to see. And as long as you have All Trails offline, you'll want the pro version of it because you'll lose signal out there, but it'll keep you on the trail. That's my suggestion. E20. Let's see. We have a similar bike trail here in Wisconsin, Sparta Elroy Trail or something like that. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Yep, Sparta Elroy Trail. That's pretty cool. I like rail trails. There's a guy on here named Paul Suchecki, and he goes around and rides rail trails all over the country. Oh, that's cool. It has a tunnel and everything. That's really nice. 32.5 miles. That's not bad. But Paul Suchecki, and he may have ridden this trail, but he has a really good channel, a lot of cool content. Friend of mine, I formed Friends of the Tunnel Hill this year, and it's a nonprofit for 501c3 organization that we're doing to try to better Tunnel Hill State Trail. And Paul's a board member, so he's pretty cool YouTuber. Let me see if I can't find his YouTube, and then I'll post it for y'all, just so you know where to go, because he's cool, man. He has some really good content. That's his channel. All right, I'd love to check that out though, Cheesy. I legit almost bought that hoodie you got on now. Never did pull the trigger. It's nice. It's definitely a cool hoodie. It's warm. I typically wear a 2X, and this is a 3, and it fits me better. So I'd size up 1 or 2. But they still have that, and it's at shawneefriends.org, and you could just go to the store link and check it out. It's definitely it supports the Shawnee forest, and it's a really comfortable hoodie. So has a nice hood. Probably just messed my hair up more, but it's pretty cool. You're welcome, E20. It's like our tunnel hill. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's a neat trail. I like the tunnel. I like how they have doors on it. That's kind of interesting. I need one that says Snake Road like that, but like that with the sign. That would be kind of cool. I might be able to make one, and I just use Teespring, and then I try to keep the price really low for people that want to buy it, Hiking with Shawn merch. But I'll see if I can't make something and put it on there and just mark it up for whatever the shirt costs, and that'd be kind of cool. Snake Road, that's coming up. Can't wait for that. I kind of miss seeing snakes. I got 200 Shawnee challenge points. I'm gonna spend all of them I get on jacket chances. Heck yeah, that's cool. Definitely enjoy that challenge. It really makes me happy to see people doing that. If you don't know, I'm the one who invented the Shawnee challenge from the get go. Except when I did it, it was everyone gets a free sticker, when you complete it, and it was just at Dixon Springs and Lake Glendale. You can hike and mountain bike, or one or the other. And Southernmost Illinois Tourism said, "Hey, this is an awesome idea. We want to make it even better with an app and all that stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And they took it and just turned it into just something amazing that people in the Shawnee like. Even the employees do it, and that really makes me happy. So I'm just it's theirs to take now and make it better, and I'll try to help out when I can. So that really makes me happy to see people doing that. Wish there was more R2R clothing merch also supported the Trail Society. Yeah, I agree. Maybe I'll have a talk with Bill and the folks at the society and see if they don't want to get a Teespring account. It's difficult to have it all printed and then sell it, physically, if you don't have a whole lot of money to get invested in that. But that Teespring, you can have it made on that and just mark it down low, and sell it. I think Apple Blossoms and Downtown Anna may have some hiking merch. What is Apple Blossoms? That kind of sounds pretty interesting. I need to go check them out. Yeah, Savage. That Teespring is what I use. I used Printful. Sorry, my tea's all over my face. Chai tea is what I'm drinking. It's supposed to be good for your digestive system. The older I get, the down my digestive system goes. I'll have to check that out, Cheesy. But yeah, Savage. I used Printful for a long time, but they got kind of weird with their what's the word I'm thinking? Their supply, like they kept running out of stuff. Every time I'd get this idea for a cool shirt and color and type and all that, I'd put it out there and go, "Oh, we're sorry, we ran out of it. Please unlist it until we're in." And then they never refill. It's like, oh, So I went to Teespring, and it's been pretty good. I don't think anyone's bought anything yet, but I should advertise it more. Nice to see everyone here. I love, love to see these things do good. So, Katie, I don't know if you're still here. You said hiya from Macandaloupe. Is that is that like an organization where you like marry people or do like photos or something like that around Makanda? Eagle season down here in Southern Illinois. Oh yeah, yep. A lot of people are seeing eagles. I'm blessed enough to live down the road. Let's see, what do we got here? Hi, does anyone know of a piece of gear that can help keep medication temperatures, humidity controlled? If anyone knows that, let them know. I'm not too sure, but anyway, that's a good idea. That'd be good for people with EpiPens and stuff like that. But I don't know if you remember on TV, Edgar and Edna over on I-24, New Columbia Eagles. They're kind of advertising them in the media and stuff like that. So that's over around where I live. So I get to see them like every day. I see their nest. It fell at one time, and they rebuilt it to another part that's easily visible from the road, and it's pretty cool. You know, they have babies, eaglets in there and everything, and it's interesting to see them. Let's see, we watched eagles right off Chain of Rocks Bridge. Oh, that sounds cool. Play on words like cantaloupe. Let's see. Yep, married 55 years this year. Lope escaped to Makanda. There you go. Good place to escape. I like Makanda. Used to bike there all the time back when I lived around Carbondale. I'd go to Giant City almost every day and road bike the hills, and they were tough. I was a lot skinnier back then. Those tiny metal canister keychains with metal O-ring on the screw on the cap. Yeah, that'd be a good idea for KTSN-A. I would think that would work. I will say that these cups right here, which is a Orca, I could put ice in here. I mean, if that's one thing that could help, but I could put ice in here and the ice will stay in there for a day or two. That might help if you filled it full of ice and then put whatever you're wanting to carry, like an EpiPen, for example, and like some sort of tube, and then stuck it in there. I don't know how cold it would need to be. Any recent bear sightings? Not lately. I think the last one was around probably around when I got married in August. Maybe a little bit before, because I was telling my wife, I said, I'd really like to see a black bear in Southern Illinois. You know, I never seen one in the wild. And I really wanted to see one in Southern Illinois before we went to the Smokies, where they said we would see a lot. And we did. We saw 16 of them. So, but I think it would be really cool to see one. Everyone else has seen it here in Southern Illinois, but I just never got lucky enough to see one. So I had to charge a battery. This is what camera I use for all my filming, this GoPro. It's a GoPro 12. And then I use this media mod. And what's cool about it is GoPro traditionally just has a horrible microphone, and this media mod adds an external mic, and it has this little wind muff. So in photography and video, you usually call them dead cats, but it's more like a dead kitten. But here's like a real dead cat, you know. And I put that on so when I go to Snake Road, this is what camera I use for it. And that's because I can zoom in 4K, and I don't have to get that close to venomous snakes where I'm putting myself in danger. So, you know, I use that. That's my Snake Road camera. Yep. And then beyond that, primarily, I use this GoPro 12 for all my videos. It's just easy. It has a good video. It has really good stabilization, and it's really lightweight. I use this little selfie stick from GoPro. Makes it easy to carry around and all that. I guess I should make a video about all my camera stuff and what settings I use. That'd probably be kind of cool. But this is it. This is what I carry. And that works for me really good. Let's see. Don't want to miss anyone. Maybe putting some oxen and absorbers. Can't talk. And with whatever you're trying to put your medication in, that's a good idea. Thank you, Gabriella. Got married on August 15th. The next day I turned 40, and then drove all the way down to Cades Cove last year. So we're hitched. Got my nice little ring, and I love it. It's the first time I've ever been married. Married the girl of my dreams, and it's great. Cheesy Cheetah. I got excited when I saw my first armadillo that was at Pine Hills Campground entrance. Let's see, the first time I saw an armadillo in Illinois alive was at Pine Hills. It was just exclusively, we were only seeing them there at Pine Hills, but now we see a lot on the west side, but we see them in our yard, and we're in Massac County, Metropolis area. So they're all the way over here. We had one in our backyard, our woods, for a long time, and then it finally got hit by a car, unfortunately. But it was a little one. It was kind of neat to see it. We have trail cameras set up and for watching wildlife, and so we got to see that one quite a bit on there. Let's see. We have a lot of bears in this part of Wisconsin. A lot of black bears. Yeah, be a good area. Kind of wonder if maybe some of them are coming down into Illinois and then going into Missouri, because that seems to be, they're starting up north and north central Illinois, and then they're making their way down into the southern part of the state. And then usually they'll go to the Grand Tower area and cross the Mississippi. I mean, bears, they could swim, they're tough. And they'll just cross over. And same with your armadillos. A lot of them are getting right in the river and swimming their little arms, across the river. So let's see here. Talk about wild animals. There's a tiger sanctuary in Missouri called Crown Ridge. My stepdaughter turned 19 the other day, and we took her there, and I got a video of that. I just edited today, so hopefully I'll get that up in a couple of weeks. And it's pretty good video. The tigers there were very interesting. One of them's from the Tiger King people. When they got it, it was skin and bones and abused, and now it's big enough where it would easily take me. They said it didn't like men, so it was just kind of watching me the whole time. I figured it's just like, I really want to eat you. Seen like 15 cents cheesy, I bet. I've seen a lot. I usually see them one a month, because we'll go to the west side of the Shawnee and hike around Little Grand Canyon and whatnot, and we usually see them in the winter. They seem to, they're not really supposed to be over here. It's just that the climate, is doing its thing. And they're starting to migrate. And the problem with that is they're not yet adapting to our climate. So we'll have kind of warm winters, and then we'll have that day where it gets really winter and it's like negative something, and the wind chill's even worse, and it'll kill it. It'll kill off most of them. Most of them will die because of that, because it's just too cold. And then you don't see them for a while, and then next year they start kind of coming back. So if they just adapt to kind of forage in the day in the heat, and then take cover, out of the wind at night, I think they do a lot better over here. A lot of people don't want them here because they say they're not native, but I don't mind them. They didn't tear up our yard when they were here. Let's see. I'll look into those cups as a solution. Also looking to finding some containers with the king ring. Cool. I'm glad someone was able to help you, KTSN. That is important. And then I'll keep that in mind, if anyone ever asks me. Holy widescreen. Wholly widescreen. Nice. Enjoy Snake Road footage. Yeah. Do you have any fear of snakes? The venom wouldn't kill me. The heart attack would. I don't have any fear of snakes, but I have respect for them. I like snakes. I think they're very misunderstood. There's a picture that I like to share, and it shows a guy chasing a dog with a stick, and it said something like, if you see this, you would not agree with this, you would be against it. And then it shows a guy chasing a snake with a stick, and it said, but this is okay. And that's kind of how I feel about it. I think people are mean to snakes, and in reality they're like a worm with teeth. You can walk faster than a snake. Any snake around here, maybe not a racer, but a racer ain't gonna attack you. They might chase you, but the moment you turn around and go for them, they're gonna run from you. But I respect snakes. I don't like to touch them. I don't like to handle them unless I have to get them out of danger, especially venomous ones. And I just respect them. So I try not to get into a situation where I get bit. But I could be allergic to venom, so I don't know. I don't know if I would have a reaction. But luckily I've never been bit. Hopefully we'll keep it that way. I've had some close calls though. Same one. Saw my first armadillo in Panther Den. Cool. That'd be a good place to see them. Likely I saw you cycling in my area almost near Cedar Lake. Probably. I used to ride with a group out there every now and then. Mostly I rode alone though. Anniversary is August 14th. August is good for unions. Yeah, cool. Mine's August 15th. Should be easy to remember. I turn, my age changes the next day. Let's see. I see you guys talking about that snowstorm. We got a pretty good blanket of snow. So yesterday in 24 hours we got 2 inches of rain. I measured on my scale, and then we got a blanket of snow. And they're saying Tuesday or Wednesday we're supposed to get heavy snow. So I'm interested in seeing what that's going to look like. Let's see. That's next to my go-to spot, Little Grand Canyon. Little Grand Canyon is really cool. If any of you have been to Little Grand Canyon, and Kevin, this is something for you. I know you like to explore. So if you go in to the trail where the bathroom is, the trail by the bathroom, and it's not too far from, the picnic table, you'll see an old road on your left that has some posts, some sort of like posts blocking where people could drive on it. It's a very faint road. So if you get on it and you go down, you go to what they call the Lost Canyon or the Secret Canyon. And it's not an official trail, but it's really cool. It's a lot like the cascade, the main cascade, except chances are no one's going to be down there when you go. So check that out. Just be safe. It's a little bit more steeper. You don't want to fall. Most of your first responders are used to responding in the actual canyon, so they might have a hard time finding you down there. But really cool area. So where's Bulge Hole near? Bulge Hole is kind of close to Dutchman Lake or Vienna. It's pretty close to Vienna. You can get on part of the River to River Trail on Bowman Bottoms Road. It's a gravel road, and that's how you get to Bulge Hole. If you go to hikingwithshawn.com and go to blog and search for Bulge Hole, I have a whole guide that tells you how to get there. So a lot of people have issues because it's not really signed. There's really no signs, and the trail, you don't know what's down there. It kind of almost gives you the feeling like you're on private, but you're not. Let's see. Is Hamburg Hill Trail worth hiking? Yeah, it's an underground, not underground. It's a Trail of Tears site. It's kind of interesting to see that, but it doesn't really go anywhere. It goes to a swamp area. If you go to Atwood Ridge, which is up from it, there's some trails, but they're really, really steep. So we've tried to do that a couple of times, and the trails they're really muddy because a lot of off-road people use them, and they're just super steep. A lot of rattlesnakes there, in the summer. So just be careful of that. But it's kind of hard. It's just kind of ATV trails, 4x4 trails. So let's see. We got 8 inches of snow this past week. Wow, man, 8 inches. That's a lot. Bulge Hole has an all trails. Really, Kevin? That's crazy. I didn't know there's all trails for it. Cheesy, I like dogs a lot, but I'm more afraid of like dogs that are loose, riding my bike or hiking on the trail and they come out there than I am snakes, because sometimes dogs will get territorial. Snakes will try like heck not to even let you see them. Bulge Hole is probably going right now. Oh, I bet it's really going, because I bet yesterday was better. If you guys are on Facebook, go to my Hiking with Shawn Facebook. Also Instagram, I've posted one on that. But we went to Dixon Springs and checked out the Spillway Falls, and it was just amazing. It was amazing. So I definitely recommend that. But I bet Bulge Hole is going to be even better tomorrow. That's what I think, because it's kind of been melting today. Checking out. Have a good evening. Heard you and I share the same occupation. That's pretty cool. Maybe. Are you an eye in the sky? If you are, that's what I do. Of course, I'm not just an eye in the sky, but I'm the guy that also works on the eyes in the sky. And good luck, on the river to river. Hopefully I, get a heads up or whatever when you're going, and I'll try to meet at the trailhead and give you some trail magic. I've always wanted to do that, So I've always wanted to surprise them, folks, and because on the AT and PCT and stuff, you kind of expect that. But, if you're doing the river to river trail and you come out on some trailhead and all of a sudden there's a guy that's cooking some hot dogs and say, hey, I cooked these for you, it might be kind of weird, but it'd be kind of cool. Dead Horse Canyon was wet today. I need to go back in better conditions. Yeah, I bet. And that's the one, Kevin, by Thacker, right? Is that the one you're referring to, Thacker Hollow? It's kind of over there by Pounds Hollow and all that. If it is, that's one I need to explore more. Get some grub at Eddie's. Yeah, for sure. Shotgun Eddie's is good stuff. Yes, Kevin. Okay. Yeah. So there's another one. I don't know if you heard me on the last chat. I was having some sort of problems with it, but off of Oak Road going towards Williams Hill in Polk County, there's a sorry, I heard a phone or something, but there's a trail, and I can't remember the trail name, but it goes, you start on the trail, you go, and then you see a sign that says Dead Horse Canyon, and there's a horse skull hanging from it, and it's a really cool area. If you message me on the forum and remind me about it, I'll give you the coordinates to everything on it. You'll like it. There's a lot of cool bluffs. Just be careful if you go in the summer. That's where we went, and Michelle almost stepped on a rattlesnake. It was pretty intense. I walked by the rattlesnake, and I'm sure when I stopped, because I thought, why is these squirrels freaking out? Probably because of the snake. I bet the snake's face was a half an inch from my shoe. So it was very, very well behaved. It didn't do much. Potbelly Arch is similar to Thacker Hollow Arch. Hey, Kevin, have you seen Pounds Hollow Arch by chance? If you're at Pounds Hollow Beach and you look across the lake to the woods, it's pretty much right across the lake, kind of on a, like a on the hillside of that woods. It's really cool. If in the winter you can look through it and you can see the lake, so it's really neat. 11 people, very cool. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. Have you hiked Cedar Lake at all? I have. I hiked the first time I went to Cedar Lake. I mountain biked it from Lurley Trailhead all the way to Little Cedar Lake Spillway. That was 15 years ago. I was like 350 pounds and I smoked and I hated it. But now I like mountain biking now, but I did not then because it was hard. But me and Michelle, we've hiked Cove Hollow. We've hiked the Cedar Lake Trail off of Boat Dock Road, and we've hiked Wolf Den Hollow. That's it. And then we hiked from Lurley all the way to Little Cedar Lake. And then there's a couple loops around Little Cedar Lake that we hiked it, but it was so growed up and there's stinging nettle everywhere. They don't maintain it. But it was really cool. Cedar Lake's really nice. They've done a lot of work there. There's new trail system for mountain bikers, hikers, horseback riders, and they did really cool there. So we need to go check that out. No, I tried to get into it in the Thacker Hollow Arch, and my phone died. Barely made it to my car. Yeah, got to carry around let's see, what do I got? I bought this from GoPro years ago. They don't sell it anymore, but it's one of these portable battery bricks. And then I got a bigger one right here. And then I got one or two of them in my backpack with a phone charger. I highly suggest them. It's a little extra weight, but you can charge your phone up, and because I use mine a lot. I look at Onyx Hunt constantly, and I take pictures and videos with it. And it's old. I don't upgrade my phones till they die. So I have iPhone 11 Max Pro, and I thought about upgrading to maybe something under the new iPhone, but the Max Pros are so expensive, so I'm just gonna keep mine until it goes. I got a big truck payment now. So yeah, Cedar Lake, Wisconsin outdoors. I like it a lot. Never camped there though. I always wanted to camp there. Did you see the old wagon wheel ruts near Cedar Lake? Maybe. I've definitely seen old wagon trails. Most of your old forest roads are wagon trails, and just over time, as technology grew, and farmers were able to get the older trucks, and the CCC had trucks. They would use those roads when they could, but obviously, a lot of those roads they kind of bowl. You see them, and those are old wagon roads, and when it rains, because they're bowled up and there's really no erosion control mechanisms in place, they just get really muddy. So they usually try to create trails away from them just for the erosion aspect. But we like to follow those old roads because you can usually find a lot of old settlement. I found old wagon wheels, all sorts of cool stuff just following those roads. Let's see. You got to do Devil's Lake in Wisconsin. Be a great video. I would love to get towards Wisconsin myself. It'd be pretty cool one of these days. A lot of Wisconsin, a lot of cool places over there, and I think it's either Wisconsin or Minnesota is like one of the top bicycle friendly states in America. Maybe Minnesota. I'm not sure, but I would definitely like to go up there and see some of the stuff. Definitely a lot of cool stuff. I have so many places I want to see. We really want to go to that Red River Gorge in Kentucky. We're going to probably try to do that this year at some point and go do like backpacking, just a couple days of hiking and backpacking and stuff like that. So that's a big plan. That's probably going to be our next big hike. And then eventually we want to make it up north to Chicagoland. I'm very much a country boy. I'm not made for the city, but I would like to see the city and go to that Matheson and Starved Rock and all that. So, that'd be kind of cool to see. And to be honest, I'd like to ride my bike through the city on cycling infrastructure. I don't want to ride on the roads, in busy traffic, but I'd just like to experience that. How's PETA? PETA's good. PETA is currently in that chair over there. PETA, what are you doing, PETA? PETA likes to take naps. You did spell her name wrong. It's actually PITA for pain in the. You guessed it. But she's not that much of a pain. She's when we got her, she didn't like men at all. She didn't like me, and now I'm like the number one person she wants to be around. I rub her ears and her head, and she really likes that. She'll sit there and fall asleep while I'm doing it. But I'm also the one that feeds her, and but my wife changes her litter and stuff like that, so she likes her too. Yep, PETA, pain in the. You guessed it. Chicago has some nice trails in certain areas. Yeah, definitely have to, stick to the good areas. Oh, Turkey Run. Yeah, that's another one, Kevin, that I would like to do. And then Shades, and then is it up north where the dunes are? I'd like to see the Indiana dunes. I think that's a national park. Starved Rock is pretty nice. There's a few places I frequent in central Illinois. I'd recommend checking out Comlara Park near Lake Bloomington. I'm going to look that up right now. save these. Got to save this Elroy Sparta. Comlora Park, Hudson, Illinois. McLean County, I'm guessing that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'll save that. Check that out. Indiana Dunes are in the Chicago area. Oh, okay. That'd be cool to see them, though. That's the one. Used to live in Bloomington. I feel like I've been through Bloomington. It's been a long time, though. I've been to Chicago. So a long time ago, I was a part of this organization called Civil Air Patrol. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it. It's like a junior ROTC type thing, but it's like an Air Force auxiliary or something like that. And we went to Chicago to a naval training center in Great Lakes, and we stayed like a couple of weeks there, and I didn't really get off the base that much, but I got to see a little bit of Chicago, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I left Cap. I should have stayed in it and joined the military, but I became a teenager and wanted to do teen things. Let's see, I grew up with family weekend cabin in what became Kickapoo Park. And yes, do Turkey Run. Cool. Kickapoo, I've read about that. That looks like an awesome thing, awesome place too. I definitely like to do that. Yeah, cheesy that they do sometimes. And I've talked to Mark, the biologist for the Forest Service, and I've suggested maybe put up signs because I'm a cyclist, and I get it. It's a gravel road. I have a gravel bike. I love gravel, but there's a lot of little snakes on that road that they're not going to see, and some of them are kind of arrogant about it, which they shouldn't be. That's kind of just making more people hate them. And that's a user activity. You really want more people on your side, but for the most part, it seems like most of the cyclists around here will respect, the fact that they don't need to ride down that road when it's closed. But that's the thing, they're going to risk making those snake people mad, and they might be confrontational about it. I've seen some of them get kind of confrontational. I just try to educate and try to be nice and get along with everyone, but there's some people that will get a little bit more offended than me. But I wish they'd just put signs up that says, foot traffic only, and no bikes and stuff like that. You can, if you're in a wheelchair, that's different. Didn't act like he was doing anything wrong. Maybe he really didn't know. And, he may not. Didn't want a confrontation. So, I gave him a head nod. Yeah, and that's kind of how I am. But I'll try to say, hey, man, you got to be careful. You could be running over little snakes. We're walking, looking out for them. They're precious and they're really sensitive to this area. And usually they're like, oh, I didn't know. And I see them slow down. I've seen some of them even dismount and walk their bike. And, I appreciate that. If Snake Road wasn't so far from the house, I would ride my bike to it and walk my bike looking for snakes. But that would be a long bike ride. I wouldn't want to walk, the 2.5 miles gate to gate and then back. I'd be wore out. Maybe stay up, do some bike packing at Pine Hills, and go ride up there or whatever. Yeah, ringnecks. Yeah, the ringnecks, the worm snakes, the like the gray and the brown smooth earths. You usually won't see a tantilla on the road. Those are in other places out there. But even like rough greens, some of them, those itty bitty baby ones, or the ribbon snakes, the little ones, they're itty bitty. Hate to see them get ran over. Even like little cottonmouths. I mean, you get a baby, yellow tip, green tail, yellow tail cottonmouth, or a copperhead, and they're itty bitty. And yeah, cheesy, the tantilla up top. I've seen one with Josh Vossler, the one that wrote the book. In fact, we flipped, and I don't really like flipping rocks, but he needed that for his book, and we flipped like 200 rocks. We carefully put them back, where they went. But the last rock before, we was like, we give up. They're not up here. And he's like, we'll flip one more rock, and there it was. So it was pretty neat. I've only seen one, and that was it. Pretty good cat. PETA? Yeah, PETA's a good cat. She is. PETA. What are you doing, PETA? PETA? She's ignoring me. She's a cat. That's what cats do. Let's see. You got the book. It's a good book. Shawn, sorry I'm late. The March 1st Dirty Race is sold out. I have never been. Where is the blessed place to watch you and the race? So it is sold out. It sells out really quick. I pretty much just wait for the day that they release it and then sign up. Last year I did the 30 miler. This year I'm doing the 60 something, the 100K. And then next year I might take a break. I just kind of want to try both. And then, let my spot go to someone who's never done it. But if you want to watch it, probably Alto Pass, that's where it starts. A lot of people go there and watch it, take off. And then watch people come in. I'm not going to be coming in quick. I haven't even really I rode 19 miles this year, but it's been just so cold and snowy and rainy. But I'm hoping to get a couple rides in before it starts, but I might not, and that's fine. I know what to expect. But Silica Hill is another area where it's going to be, and Pine Hills, Upper Pine Hills, so not on Snake Road, but on top. You should be able to see me pushing my bike up that hill. But that's a few of the places. Scatters Road, that's one part. There's a website called Ride with GPS, or I tell you what, if you go to the Dirty South website, there should be links to that Ride with GPS, and it'll kind of give you a route of that area, and that's what I'd check out. But you're welcome. Yep. And I usually wear if it's cold, I'll wear like probably like an orange, like this color orange, maybe a little more like burnt orange jersey, like long sleeve, but I may have like a windbreaker or jacket depending on how cold it is. But I'm pretty easy to spot usually. I'm 6'5", so I'm a big guy on a bike. But if you see me, say hi. If I'm pushing my bike, you can come over and say hi to me. I'll gladly take the break and recover my breathing. But don't be afraid to come say hi if I'm standing there or whatever. I really like meeting folks who follow me. If any of y'all ever see me out there, please come by and say hi. If I have any stickers, I'll give you a sticker. So I'm probably keep this going for another 5 minutes or so. Keep these things an hour, then probably hang it up. So if anyone has any any other questions or stuff they want to tell me about, or what your plans are, for the week? What your next hiking plans are? Plan on seeing you at the hiking 101 class. Good deal. Yeah, I'll make sure I bring plenty of stickers and stuff to kind of give away there. I'm working on a new presentation for that. I usually will create a presentation and then use that all year for all my public speakings. But I try to freshen it up each year. And this year, I've really put a lot into it, showing a lot of cool spots. I'm going to bring all my gear with me, set it out on the table to show everyone what I use and, suggestions. And I'm going to try to even kind of go over, like map reading, just what little I can. I'm not an expert map reader. I don't know all the terms and all, but I know how to keep myself on the right path, especially off trail. So I'm going to try to kind of touch on that. And yeah. So can't wait to see you there if you go. Be pretty cool. You come?
I know.
My wife is going to go past the screen.
So don't freak out.
Everyone get your camera ready.
Whatever.
There she is.
Wait.
Did everyone get your camera? Start posting on the internet. A rare observance of Mrs. Hiking with Shawn Sasquatch. Onyx Hunt and Google Maps saved me. Yeah, I primarily use Onyx. I use Gaia to save all my pins, just to keep my Onyx map clean. Google Maps, I used to use that before I knew how to read maps, and it saved us at Crest Trail, but it still gave us a long hike back. But it saved us. Screenshotted. Google Maps screenshot. Yeah, that's a good idea, Cheesy. I mean, that's better than anything, better than nothing. We'll be down your way at the end of the month doing a nice 5-day backpacking trip. Cool. What area are you going to be backpacking for 5 days? That's cool. That's a good one. I have a Garmin wrist GPS system so I can backtrack if I get lost. Nice. I have a Garmin. I don't know where it is. It's not anywhere around here, but it's a Garmin 64 ST GPS that I bought, and I've really never used it. And I need to get it charged and just try to use it. I never really mess with it, and it was kind of high price back when I bought it. Let's see, Jackson Falls. Cool. Yeah, you could definitely get a nice 5-day trip out there. I don't know if you're going to camp in one location and just kind of hike every day, or if you're just going to kind of hike all around there. I really like East Trigg to Jackson Falls and back. It's only like 10 miles, but you can definitely make it a lot more if you add more trails out there. Let's see, Kevin, we should go to Illinois Caverns. I agree, man. When we go again, I will definitely tell you when we're doing it, and please come along. The more people, the merrier. Last time I went, I think we had like 8 people, and I don't think they really have a limit, or you have to have 4 people, but I don't think there's a max, because I've seen some big groups go in of like church groups and scout groups. So I definitely want to go. I didn't get to do that last year, but I definitely want to this year. Last year I bit off more than I could chew, and just had so much going on. And this year I've learned to kind of say no on things and give myself more time. So Illinois Caverns is definitely on our list. And that's just a fun place. That ladder used to really bother me. The ladder that you climb down, the regular aluminum ladder, but now it doesn't bother me at all. The only thing that bugged me was there's that waterfall that you have to kind of go down, and then you're in, I think, waist deep water, maybe chest deep water, for 30 feet. I didn't like going. I didn't like that. It was hard to get back up. I'm 6'5", and it's just kind of hard. So usually we usually just walk to that point, and then we'll turn around and go like explore some of the side passages and whatnot. Um, and I'd like to explore more of those side passages. So we'll definitely have to hook up for that. Everyone in this chat should come. Big cave trip. Yeah, yeah. If no one's been in the cave, Illinois Caverns is a great start. Well, maybe going to like a national park guided cave tour first, just to see if you like it, because that's going to be genuinely less wild. But Illinois Caverns is pretty wild. So, yeah, thanks for hitting the like button, folks. Trail 49 kicked my butt 3 years ago. Trail 49 is my favorite, one of my favorite hikes. I love it. Something about it. I think when I first started hiking with Shawn, it was my first long trail I did, and I loved every bit of it. I've seen a lot, so I think it's just kind of nostalgic for me to keep doing it. Let's see, did I miss anyone? Always have maps. It's good advice. Chest deep without a wetsuit is rough. Yeah, we weren't wearing wetsuits. I usually wear a pair like running tights underneath my hiking pants, and that's just to kind of give me a little bit of warmth and kind of wicker moisture, from my body. But I'm usually just soaking head to toe. But I see a lot of people there in wetsuits, and it kind of looks like it might be a little bit better, or at least like the wetsuit pants. But I'm pretty wet. I definitely have to bring a spare set of clothes. But yeah, wet head to toe. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. But I have a pair of shoes I exclusively use for that cave. So, which is, they say good, Oh, thank you for the super chat there, Katie. That's awfully kind of you. Love the live chat. Yeah, I'm going to try to do more of these. I'll definitely try to do more of these often. And maybe get to a point where I could do one a week. That'd be kind of cool, try to schedule it on a day and do one a week and go for an hour or hour and a half, whatever, and see what it's like. So, and then, like I said before, do some interviews. And hey, thank you, SI Car Guy. I appreciate that. I really do. I can like these, I think. I can heart them. There we go. Give you some hearts here. But what was I gonna say? Oh, do some interviews, and then if I have signal on the trail, I would like to do some live stuff there. Kind of drains my battery, but it'd be cool to do little 10-minute, live areas. If I'm at Heron Pond, I like to do them there because I have signal and you can see snakes if there's snakes. Or Snake Road. Snake Road would be a really good place to do it. I never really thought about that. I have to check that out. Neoprene wetsuit is great for wet caving. There are two types of people: the ones who pee in their wetsuits and the ones who lie about it. The older I get a lot of digestive issues. And without being gross, that's something I worry about when I'm in the cave. But adult diapers, that's what my wife said. So you have to get them ones you could take swimming.
Nasty.
That's nasty. Do you have a restaurant I should stop at? Let's see. Wisco, Shotgun Eddie's in Eddyville, which is close to Jackson Falls. Diver Down and Golconda is, in my opinion, the best burger in Southern Illinois. I get the mushroom Twiss. It's really good. They got pepper jack triangles. It's a good appetizer. But Shotgun Eddie's has really good breakfast, really good burgers. Um, Definitely recommend them. If you go into Vienna, Vienna Diner's good. Good breakfast. Ned Shed, if you can catch them open, that's like a hole in the wall burger joint, but it's really good. They have Ski Soda. They're kind of popular having that Ski brand. I don't drink soda. I don't know what it tastes like. But those are a few good ones I would definitely recommend. So let's see. I don't want to miss anyone here. Cave of the Mounds, also in Wisconsin, is similar but smaller. Huh. Have to check that one out. I find my signal tends to be spotty near the Inspiration Point area, likely the rocks blocking signals, so you might cut out a lot of more if you try a live stream at Snake Road and Pine Hills. Well, I usually have really good signal. I have Verizon, and at Snake Road I usually never have any problems with my signal. But I don't know. We'll have to check it out. Inspiration Point would be a cool place, but I don't really get too close to the edge there. It just I get dizzy, and I just try not to get too close. Just be careful when you guys go there. You've been to Shotgun Eddie's. Well, if you haven't been to Diver Down and Golconda, I definitely recommend going there. So it's really good. And Ned Shed and Verizon. Yeah, KTSN. I don't know. I mean, you could be on to something. I've never done a live there, so I've done videos there, or I've been on the news there, but they had all their stuff and their equipment, so it's probably a stronger signal. T-Mobile. Let's see here. I stopped going camping in Wisconsin. Always some tornado came looking for us. That's no good. Yeah, it does. When we got married, the next day, my birthday, my 40-year birthday, we drove all the way down to Cades Cove in Townsend, Tennessee, and rode out right when we got our tent up and just rode out just a terrible thunderstorm. I thought for sure a tornado was going to happen. I mean, it's some crazy lightning. Wasn't there a little hail?
Yeah.
A little bit of hail, yeah. And it was pretty intense, and it rained, I think, a couple days.
A couple days, every day but two.
Every day but two, yeah. But they all told us, they said the mountains, you got to pretty much bring a raincoat because that weather is just unpredictable. What, PETA? There's no one in there. We're here. PETA, we're over here. That's PETA. Might be able to. Oh, she's going to run from me. I was going to lift her up and show you. Come here. Come here. People want to meet you. She's shy. But I think I'm going to end the live chat here. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. And again, Katie and SI Car Guy, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. I'll put it into good use and spend it on gas. So appreciate it. Appreciate y'all stopping by. 12 people right now watching, 14 likes. That's cool. We'll definitely keep this going. Try to do this on a weekly basis, and I'll try to do more themed lives. Do some interviews or something. Get some guests on. I don't know if I can bring a guest on this YouTube studio one, but I think I might be able to maybe get on Zoom or something and do it there. I'll figure that out, OBS or something. But with that being said, thank you all for showing up, and I'll see you around. See you on the trail out there, maybe. So take care and have a good night. Stay warm. Stay safe.